The following is a production of the University of Minnesota.
Hey, I'm Garett Heineck. I'm a master's student with a turf research team here at the U of M, and I'm working with Perennial Ryegrass, specifically with Perennial Ryegrass seed production. There are about 40,000 acres of Perennial Ryegrass grown in northern Minnesota. With the current prices and yields, it's a very significant amount of money that's brought in for the growers up there. And so there are a few problems associated with growing perennial ryegrass for seed in northern Minnesota. One of these is that although perennial ryegrass is a perennial crop, as its name suggests, it cannot be grown as a perennial crop for seed production. Okay, so to understand multi-year seed production, I'll try to explain the cropping cycle for perennial ryegrass. So perennial ryegrass is initially seeded usually in the spring of the year with nurse crop like wheat, and then it grows vegetatively only its first summer. Then over the winter time, all of the tillers that are living become vernalized. That means they get a cold treatment that allows them to flower in the spring and produce seed heads. Then in the middle, usually late July, early August, the perennial ryegrass fields are swathed and combined to harvest the seed. Now after this, they must now again produce new vegetative growth that can then be vernalized again the next winter. So why do we actually care about getting multi-year seed production from perennial ryegrass? If we got multi-year seed production from a single seeding, we would eliminate all of the inputs associated with the establishment of a crop. So that means that farmers would have to put less inputs in, which means they can lower the price of their seed, which means that homeowners are going to be paying less for a bag of seed, which is almost always going to contain at least some perennial ryegrass. So right now the problem with growing perennial ryegrass for seed in northern Minnesota is the fact that you cannot get 2 years of seed production off of one sowing of the seed. My goal is to hopefully through either agronomic practices or improvement via breeding be able to produce multi-year seed production in northern Minnesota. So some of the things that I will be working on as far as from a breeding perspective is improving the winterhardiness of perennial ryegrass. Perennial ryegrass, comparative to other grasses, is a very low winterhardiness, and we think that this could be a part of the problem with the harsh northern Minnesota climate, decreasing its ability to set seed in the second year of production. So right now I'm standing on this is a variety trial of different varieties of perennial ryegrass, and you can see that even from this spot to this spot that the perennial ryegrass has persisted here and has died off here. More than likely this is because ice sheeting has occurred in this particular location and it's completely killed off the perennial ryegrass. This is a common problem with perennial ryegrass, and to improve that I will be using conventional methods to try to select for plants that have increased winter hardiness. One of the problems is the multi-year seed production is not having enough vernalized tillers in the second year after our second winter in the spring. So we're looking at a number of management options. These include both residue management and some plant hormone applications, which will hopefully lead to increased vernalized tillers in the springtime, which hopefully again will lead to increased seed production in the second year. So that's the problem that I'm trying to solve with multi-year seed production is either again just either a lack of tillers going into winter, or the tillers dying that the plant has produced after seed production during winter that really stops the multi-year seed production. And so hopefully with my research I will be able to figure out either through breeding or different agronomic management practices a way to solve this mystery of why we're not being able to get multi-year seed production in northern Minnesota.